Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the 2020 CUTA International Virtual Poomsae Championship Technical Meeting. I'm Adam Gilday of VASTIC. I'll be the moderator today, and with us, joining with us today is President of CUTA, Grandmaster Choi, Vice President of Northern California, Master Jeffrey Wee, President of Easy Events and CUTA Special Advisor, Grandmaster Jimmy Kim, Technical Delegate for the tournament and CUTA Referee Chairman, Dr. Jun Yoon, Referee Vice Chairman for CUTA, Master Danny Gonzalez. And with all the introductions complete, I'd like to kick it over to Grandmaster Choi for an introductory address.
Good morning or good afternoon in some cases. I am Grandmaster Young Choi, the president of CUTA, California Unified Taekwondo Association. We're a nonprofit organization that is the official state organization for the state of California. And our mission is to develop and support sport Taekwondo, which includes sport Poomsae. And so I'm very honored to be hosting this event in partnership with VASTEC, the company that developed the competition platform for virtual competition for WT Europe and more recently WT Oceania. They've had great success in running this event with a very large number of competitors, and it was very well received. We are also working in partnership with Easy Events with Grandmaster Jimmy Kim, who is the responsible for registration platform for this event. And so we have great teams working together to put this event together. And I think what's great about this event is that since the pandemic, we've had several versions of live competition. But I think there are some limitations with live streaming of competitors because of the issues with internet connectivity. So in this case, competitors are uploading their video so that everybody has a minimum requirement of quality consistency, and it's being judged live. So you have the best of both worlds where competitors could put forth their best performance and get judged live. So there's excitement of having an actual competition. So with that, we would like to thank WT Europe for helping to support this event. And because of their efforts in promoting this event, we have registration from 15 different countries as of today. So making it participation by international competitors, and it's very exciting for all of us to be hosting this event. So I would like to thank everyone who's involved in organizing this event. And we also have Dr. Jun Yoon, who will be our referee technical director and referee chair. And he's been working very hard to organize this event so that we have quality referees working this event. And Master Danny Gonzalez, who is going to be our referee chair for the event. And so he's one of our California referee co-chairs, and he'll be working in conjunction with Dr. Yoon. And so I would like to thank everybody for their effort in putting this event, and I look forward to seeing all of you, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Grandmaster Choi. I'd like to turn the floor over to Dr. Jun Yoon for any introductory remarks he would like to make.
Yes. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Then I would like to say thank you to all organized committee and CUTA president and all officials. I'm so excited about them hosting first virtual Poomsae tournament. So as President Choi mentioned too already, we are the really strong team. Okay, we have good supporter and good tournament committee, and many referees will supporting you, so we can make great tournament. And we can, we are the strong team. Okay. Anyway, I want to see you everybody again. Then, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Yoon. Grandmaster Jimmy Kim, president of Easy Events. Would you have any introductory remarks you'd like to make, sir?
I want to thank everybody for their participation in in not only just participating in the event, but also, thank all the organizers for their hard work and effort in making this event available for our Taekwondo community. I think it's something that's, especially during this time, is something that's needed to kind of bring everybody back together, working together and working hard towards a goal. So thank you again.
Thank you very much, sir. And with that, I think I would like to, my apologies, I did not introduce Dr. Eric Gilson, who's also on the call with us today. He will be covering all of our technical, our technical presentation. So that with that, I'd like to turn the floor over to you, Dr. Gilson.
May I have a minute? How about, I think we forgot to introduce Master Jeffrey Wee, Vice President for Northern California. Sir, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. I'd like to thank everybody for joining in on this live, the live feed, and thank you again to Bastic and Easy Productions for holding this in CUTA. This is going to be a great opportunity for everybody to come together in this time of this unprecedented time, and I'm sure that this will be a very successful and world-renowned international event. Thank you for everyone participating.
Thank you, sir. So greetings, everybody. Thank you for joining us on the live stream for the technical meeting. I'll be bringing up the presentation now so that we can go through the details, and we're going to be covering important things related to how the event's going to work and how we're going to be uploading the videos. And at the end of the presentation, we'll be taking questions from YouTube. Okay. So first off, as was mentioned by Grandmaster Choi, this event is going to be scored live by the referees. So as you see in the live stream is exactly what the referees are going to be seeing and scoring. We've had a recent update where all medalists and all the divisions will be granted a 1-year CUTA membership. This membership provides discounts for CUTA events and isn't restricted to either California state members or USA-based members. So this will provide a benefit for anyone throughout the world who wants to attend a CUTA event this year. Additionally, all of the first place winners in the Sport Poomsae Black Belt divisions are going to win an entry fee into a WT sanctioned Open Poomsae event, and this is being sponsored by CUTA. So we've got a great prize for our first place winners for the Black Belt divisions. Okay. On a timeline, because the event is coming up very shortly, the final registration for the event ends on July 15th at 23:59 PDT, which is GMT -7. That is in just over 3 days from the time of the record of this meeting. We're going to be posting daily registration lists on our Facebook account. You can find the link to that Facebook event page in the description for this video so that you can see who's in your division and keep up to date on that. On July 16th at 11:59 PDT, we're going to be posting the Poomsae and the division draw. These are going to be posted both through the CUTA website and on the event page on Facebook. Both of the links are in the description of this video. Once the Poomsae and division draw is posted, you'll have 72 hours to record. So all videos need to be uploaded by the 19th of July at 23:59 PDT. So these are going to be uploaded to a special event server. We're going to post directions on how to do this on both the Facebook page and the website, along with the Poomsae and division draw when those go up. Okay. After all of the videos are uploaded, starting on the 20th of July, we're going to check a few things. And with these checks, if any of the videos fail these checks, we'll email the competitor and ask them to resubmit the video. In particular, we're going to be checking the resolution and frame rate, and I'll discuss details on that in a slide or two. We're also going to check belt color for the color belt divisions. Exactly what we're looking for will be covered in a few slides. We'll also check some videos for the religious or political displays and to make sure that we're only seeing IOC recognized flags so that we don't broadcast any of those. If any videos fail the video requirement check and you receive an email, you'll have until July 23rd at 23:59 PDT to resubmit the video. So all the videos that fail these checks have one opportunity to resubmit. Early on the 20th of July, we hope to have all those emails out, and you'll have another about 3 days to resubmit videos if needed. Finally, on Saturday, July 25th at 9 PDT, we'll begin the competition and the live streaming of the rings. So that's the basic event timeline for the next 2 weeks, where we've got the draw, followed by video submission, a period where we'll be checking, and finally the competition itself. Next up, video requirements. So as discussed above, there's a minimum video requirement. We're looking for both 720p, which is the resolution, and we're looking for 60 frames a second in the frame rate. This is to ensure that the judges have the best quality video possible. In particular, the frame rate's important so that we can see the athletes, because we know that there are a lot of very fast athletes. And to see them well, we need the higher frame rate. We do recommend filming in a higher resolution than 720p, but 720p is the minimum resolution that we're looking for. And in a slide or two, I'll talk about how to film at the resolution and frame rate we're requiring. Next, we need the athletes to be completely in frame for the entire Poomsae. So anytime any body part goes out of frame, that'll be a major deduction, so a 0.3 deduction if they are out of frame. The camera, when recording, needs to be in a fixed location. You're allowed to rotate the camera side to side or up and down, but the camera location cannot move. And we need the videos to all be filmed in the wide format, not the horizontal format like you take a selfie. We're also going to be looking at lighting. So the lighting should come from above the competition area or behind the camera. Lights that come from behind the athlete make the video very hard to see detail on. To get the best view of the athlete, we really do need the lights coming from above or behind, and they need to be sufficiently bright, but not too bright that it washes out the athlete. We've given the actual technical specification on the slide for what we're looking for, but as long as you've got a light above the competition area or behind the camera, you should be okay. We're also going to be checking the uniform to make sure that it's appropriate. We're looking for either a standard Taekwondo V-neck or one of the Poomsae competition dobaks that WT uses for its competitions. We want to make sure everyone has the correct belt for their division. Also, shoes and socks are not allowed because the referees need to be able to see the athlete's foot while kicking. As mentioned above, also there are no political or religious displays permitted, and only IOC recognized flags are permitted in the videos. So those are all the video requirements for the competition. Now I'm going to discuss how to set your phones for recording at the frame rate and resolution we're looking for. I'm going to cover Apple products, and then I'm going to cover Android products. And we do understand that there are many, many different phone models out there. So I won't necessarily be able to cover every single one in detail, but in general, these directions should be pretty close depending on your phone model. So for the Apple products, you want to navigate into your settings menu, go to camera, and then on the record video option, which is highlighted on the slide, you want to select the 1080p at 60 frames a second option. and that'll mean you're recording in that resolution and frame rate. When recording, you'll also see the HD.60 in the middle top of your screen. So that's the general procedure for Apple products, the iPhone line. Next, we'll be talking about Android products. These directions are one specific to the Samsung brand phones, but in general, all the Android phones have a similar structure. So these should help you find what you're looking for. So on the Android model phones, you'll want to navigate to Camera, go into Video, click on the Settings cog that you see on the screen, and you'll be looking at the rear video size because you'll want to record with the rear camera, not the selfie camera. You'll want to select the 16:9 aspect ratio and select the resolution of FHD, 60 FPS, the 920 by 1080. And when you're recording on the screen, you'll see a 16:9 aspect ratio listed on the left-hand middle of the screen while you're doing the recording. So those are two basic overviews on how to do the recordings. We have more detailed directions on the website. You can find the link to the website in the description, and you should find links to a handout for iPhones and a handout for Android phones on how to record in the settings we are requiring. Now I'll cover some of the rules specific to this based on the competition. So for black belts, we're going to be following the full World Taekwondo rules with one modification. If any of the divisions have more than 60 athletes, we'll be adding preliminary rounds to them, because anytime there's a round that has more than 30 athletes, it ends up just taking too long for the judges. So we're going to ensure that there will never be a round that is more than 30 athletes for one set of judges. So this means that 61 athletes, we'll add one preliminary round, and if any division reaches 121 athletes, we'll add a third preliminary round. So as an example for how this would work, if there are 80 athletes, we'd split them into 4 flights of 20. We would score them, and we would cut each of the flights into half, so 10 athletes from each flight would advance. We'd recombine into a group of 40, randomize everyone again, split into 2 flights of 20, take the top half from each flight. Then we'd recombine for the semifinal where they would compete, and then the top 8 would go to the final. So it's just adding another preliminary where we're cutting half the athletes. In this case, for the 2 preliminary rounds, we'll only do 1 Poomsae in each round, but for the semi and final, we'll always do 2 Poomsae. And if there's only 1 preliminary round, we'll do 2 Poomsae in that as well. I want to make a note for the USA athletes, for the under 9 and under 11 divisions, that we're using the World Taekwondo list, not the USA Taekwondo list for the designated Poomsae. And so in this case, we're doing Taeguk 4 through Kumgum for their possibilities for draw. Now for the color belts, we are going to have 4 divisions. We have yellow, green, blue, and red. When an athlete registers for a division, they must wear the belt for the division they've registered. An incorrect belt color will result in disqualification. Just like the black belts, we're announcing a Poomsae draw, and the yellow belts, their designated Poomsae are Taeguk 1 and Taeguk 2. Green belts have the compulsory Poomsae of Taeguk 1, 2, 3, and 4. Blue belts have compulsory Poomsae of 3, 4, 5, and 6. And the red belts are compulsory Poomsae of 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So there'll be a random draw from each of those sets for the different belt divisions. And we'll announce those draws at the same time we announce the black belts. For the color belts, the divisions will be split into groups of about 20 athletes, and each group will do a semifinal and a final round, only. There won't be recombined at any point. So each group will have a separate set of awards. Now, a little bit more detail on the belt color. As mentioned, we only accept yellow, green, blue, and red, and they must be registered. They must be wearing the belt for the division they registered. We're not accepting the half and half belts because it's ambiguous what division they should be in. This includes the Poom belt, the half and half, the red, black, the half red, half black belt. That belt can be worn in the black belt divisions as a black belt, but cannot be worn in any of the color belt divisions. Now, if a belt has a stripe down the middle, those belts are allowed as long as the base color is either yellow, green, blue, or red. Okay. For para Poomsae, we're following the full World Taekwondo rules for scoring and how the Poomsae are drawn. We are making the modification that we're consolidating the sport classes down to just 3. So we only have P10, P20, and P30. So all of the different P10 divisions are combined into 1, and all of the different P30 divisions are combined into 1. Additionally, we'll be using the cutoff system instead of single elimination to keep all of the uploading simple. Finally, the color belts need to be wearing one of the approved belts if they're competing in para. Now we have another exciting announcement for this meeting. For any of the registered coaches, we're going to provide them with access to our competition Discord server. What this does is it provides them with a direct line of communication to the tournament committee so that they can have questions answered easily and efficiently during the competition. We'll be starting this access on Monday, July 13th. Any coach with a confirmed payment will receive an email with the details on how to enter the server. Any coach that registers after July 13th and has a confirmed payment will receive an access email within 24 hours. Before competition starts, we're going to ensure that your questions are answered within 24 hours. And during the competition days, we'll have people constantly monitoring the channel, so you'll get your questions answered within minutes. So this is a nice benefit that we'll be providing to any of the coaches that have registered for this competition. Okay. And with that, that ends the technical portion of the meeting. So thank you all for joining. We'll now be taking questions through the YouTube chat channel. So if anyone has any questions, please type them through on the YouTube chat channel and we will answer them now. So I guess, Adam, could you let us know if we've got any questions, sir?
So far, we have no questions.
Okay. So I know that the live stream is a few minutes delayed, so we'll wait a few minutes to see if any questions occur. And if not, we will sign off for the day. While we're waiting, would anybody like to add any closing remarks?
I have a question about the video. You said
Yes,
the
sir.
720p is minimum. You would prefer 1080? How about
Yes, sir. What about 1440?
the 4K?
The 4K, good question. So 4K is acceptable. The reason we're not, so anything better than 720p is good. 4K video can be sent in, although it may end up being downscaled a little bit simply because streaming to YouTube, we're only going to be streaming in the 1080p. So it'll definitely be good because it provides more data, and so their video will still look a little crisper just due to the way encoding algorithms work. But going too much beyond 1080p won't have a significant impact simply because the stream to YouTube is only going to be done in 1080p. Good question, sir. Nice and technical.
Dr. Gilson, I have one question also, sir.
Yes, sir.
During the Poomsae, you say out of frame can get the deduction score, right?
Yes, sir.
Which part is it part of which is what, part from ankle bone and below, or wrist and what above, any part.
Any part of the body that leaves the frame, because the judges can't score what they can't see.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So I would like to point out that international referees who will be judging this competition are all experienced referees from WT Europe, many of them. So we are also using 7 judges, and then of the 7 judges, we'll be using scores of 5, and that is to ensure that if there's any technical issues with one of the referees, that it's not going to affect the final outcome of the judging. So we are taking all precautions to make sure that this runs as well as it can within our ability. So, so thank you on my part.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Have we gotten any questions, Adam?
We have not.
Okay. Well, it looks
So
like.
that means you've done a very good job of explaining everything, Dr. Gilson. So,
Thank you, ma'am. So,
all right.
So we'll sign off in 1 second, ma'am. So if people have any questions that weren't answered by this because you're watching this in recording instead of live, please feel free to ask us through Facebook or send us an email. The contact information can be found in the description of this video. So with that, we can sign off. Thank you everyone for joining. And thank you for everyone who came to sit on this panel. So if anyone wants to say any more closing remarks or say goodbye, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. See you guys online.
Thank you. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you.